Being heard, being seen. Something that everyone on this planet really needs and requires to be able to have a true, happy, healthy, successful life. Something that I got no disrespect to anyone else, but I got one of the best comments that I feel like I've ever received that really puts a lot in me of someone that actually understands exactly what it is that I'm saying. And it just really brought a lot out of me to say thank you. To say thank you for continuously watching. Thank you for continuously adding some input. And thank you for continuously just trying to figure out what it is that I'm saying sometimes. And then finally being able to just straight up say it. And that's one thing that I've been praying and asking for, is how to be able to say something that more people can understand. Because it's something that I don't know what it is about me, but people have had a hard time understanding what I'm saying, not getting what I'm saying, and not really not getting or understanding, or maybe they do, that they just want to ignore it. My name is Mark Anthony DuBose Jr., and I was born July 4th, 1986. Today I want to tell a story. I want to tell a story about going for a walk, going somewhere new, and doing something new, and getting involved in something new that you think is going to be easy for you to do. Maybe not so much as even easy, but just something that you're actually capable of doing. And going for a walk at a place that you've never been. Going all around on it, having no research, no understanding, no insight, no anything about what's going on. And you just see a trail and you just get to walking. And you see other people and you're like, if they are able to do it, I know I can. I see them out there, I see them, they got a little small dog even. How's that little dog? I can complete this. I'm gonna get this done. And you get out there on a mission to get going. And you start to realize you just keep going and going and going and going. And then you find yourself at a position that, I don't know if I'm going to make this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this. And then you start to do some research. And then that research leads you to really let you know you was kind of foolish for even starting this, and foolish for not realizing sooner that maybe you should have looked this up to figure out exactly what it was going to entail for you to be able to do this. That's the concept of what I just have a good understanding of, knowing who Jesus is and what Jesus is all about. A lot of times we get motivated, get excited, thinking we're going to be able to do this. We're going to be able to make this happen. That I just have to believe in him and I'm good to go. And now I'm going to be able to complete this whole thing and I'm going to be fine in life. And then you get going and then you start to hit a couple of stumbling things where you're just like, I'm going. But I had this just little change in me where I felt something. But then I got to the point of I'm standing still. I'm not really quite getting anywhere. And at the same time, this is starting to get hard. Like, I thought this was going to be a fun trip. I thought this was going to be an exciting trip. But I keep going further and further and starting to realize that things are starting to get more and more challenging. I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to get thirsty. I'm starting to get sunburnt. My legs are starting to hurt. Everything is just not going as smooth as I thought it was going to go. And that's the concept of what it is I'm going to say is, when the Spirit comes inside of us, it starts to conflict us. That we got onto this journey thinking it was just going to be a fast, easy trip of I just pray to Jesus and I'm good to go and everything's fine and I don't have to do anything anymore. I can still keep doing everything I used to do. I can still keep going all where I used to go. I can still keep talking to all the old people I used to keep on talking to. And I could just stay at that. And that's something that I'm going to say is not true. Because you're going to get to the point that you're going to have to start to research some stuff. You're going to have to start figuring out some things. Because things are going to start happening that are going to start to challenge you. And when those challenges happen, you start doing the research, you start finding out some things. You start finding out, man, what I thought I was going to be able to complete on this walk, I'm 4 miles in. And I realize I still have 24 to go. There's no way I'm going to complete this. So you have to make a choice of, I got to turn around. Because if I just keep going, I don't know where this is going to actually go because I don't have enough behind me. I don't have enough information. I don't have enough resources. I don't have enough stamina. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough patience even to even make it that far. I don't have anything near what I know I need to be able to make it past where it is that I'm at right now because I'm tired already. Thinking that maybe it's just another mile to go. But no, you realize you're nowhere near the finish. That you got to keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. And that's just a very interesting thing because the more and more we start to understand and realize and recognize who Jesus and what Jesus is all about, the more that he's going to keep on pushing us to get better. And then the more research and the more equipment, say, we need to figure out how to be able to keep on going further, to keep on going more, to keep on doing more, to keep on making more happen. to keep on staying on that path. And then you start to realize, you start to give up on some things that you used to do that were no good for you. You start to change and go into things that you start to do that are really starting to bring the joy and starting to bring the peace into you. And then you run into a situation that you're like, man, I still need some more. Because there's going to come a time in the day that you're gonna get, let's go back to the trail, you're going to get good, where you're like, I can go now. And then you're going to get to the point that you're about halfway. And now you got to make a choice. You going to finish it and go all the way, or you're going to go back? It's going to be the same distance, whether you finish it or you go back. The same distance. But the distance going forward is unknown. You're not sure what's over there. You're not sure what's out there. You're not sure what's going to happen over there. But the way back, you know it's back. You've already been there. You just came from there. You've done so much to figure out how to be able to get to that point of halfway that it's all known. You've done so much. You've done so much studying. You've done so much research. You just dug deep so hard to get to the point that you're at. But you know all that information back there. But you don't know what's ahead. Now you got to have faith of knowing that what's ahead, you're going to be able to complete. Knowing that it's already complete. You just have to actually do it. You already know that where you go forward is not going to be any more than where it is that you've already gone. And you just have to make that decision. I'm going to keep on going forward. That you're at the point now that you can't just quit. You can't just give up. You can't just fold. You can't just walk away. You can't just stop. Because if you just stop where you're at, you're going to be in a real sticky situation. Because then for one, you're going to be stuck. You're not going to be nowhere. You're going to be right in the middle of nothingness in reality. You're halfway there, but you're halfway from where you've been. And you have to make a decision of making sure that you want to go all the way in. You want to go all the way forward. You want to keep on going. So then you start to lean in and start to put more faith in knowing that you're going to be able to do this. Put more faith in knowing that where it is that you're about to go is a wonderful place. And it's not a place of damnation. It's not a place of strife. It's not a place of rage and jealousy. It's not a place of any agony. It's a place of joy and it's a place of peace. Because once you keep on going and you keep on putting faith of knowing that I'm going to make it, because you know how far it is. It's 28 miles. And when you're halfway, you already know exactly how far you have to go. But in reality, that second half is not going to be nowhere as near easy, say, as the first half. First half, you were rested. First half, you were good to go. The first half, you did what you had to do to keep on making sure that you can get there. You got the right equipment. You got the right research. You got the right exercises. You did everything right to be able to get to that halfway point. But once you get there, you are going to be more tired. And that's where you're going to have more faith of knowing that if you were able to complete that first half, you can complete the end. And that's something that I don't know why I hear and see and just constantly keep seeing this same information over and over about who Jesus and what Jesus is all about. That there's nothing that you have to do other than just believe in him. And for me, just knowing what I'm reading and knowing what I'm praying about and seeing what's going on, that's just false information. That once you understand Jesus, that's when in reality your life is going to start to get more complicated. It's going to start to get more because you've been living in a way that is not beneficial for the world. But for the world is how I say. You're not living in a way that's beneficial for God. You've been living in a way beneficial for the world. And you're going to start to get hit with things inside of you, that things that you used to do and things that you currently do are going to start to just really make you just kind of feel bad about yourself. Kind of feel like, why am I doing this? You're going to start getting those thoughts. Why am I still doing this? Why am I still going there? Why am I still talking to them? Why am I still trying to do this? Why am I still over here? Why am I still drinking this so much? Why am I still smoking all this so much? And thoughts that you never used to have. Thoughts are going to start to come to you that are going to start to make you think that what it is that you're doing is not so great, not so awesome, and not so wonderful. But then you're going to have it in you of like, well, I need this to survive because I've been doing this for so long. I've been doing this, so I need it. I have to have it. That's what Jesus is going to bring to you. He's going to bring you into a whole new world of life that's going to be challenging at first, that you're going to need to do some exercises. You're going to need to do some homework. You're going to need to do some research. You're going to need to study. You're going to need to ask and pray. You're going to need to have faith. You're going to need to understand all of that to be able to make it to the next stages. Because the next stages are going to be even more complex. And more complex in a way that it's not going to be so easy for you to just quit anymore. Because once you're halfway on that walk, you can't quit. You have to make a decision of where it is that you're going to go. You have to make a decision of what route you want to take. You can't just quit, because quitting would end up in reality in a situation of death, because you're just stuck. You have to keep going. And when you keep going, things are going to get more complicated, but better for you. Because once you are able to get through those complicated things, you're going to start to realize what actually truly does matter. Sometimes, and some days, I've been out here, and just this past couple of days, I've just realized something that just really has calmed me and relaxed me and brought something to me that just I guess, humbled me in a way. That I've always been like, go, go, go. I need more, I need more, I need more, I need more. I just made a decision to just say, you know what, I'm happy with what I have, and what I have is all I need. If I get more, I get more. If I don't, I don't. Who cares? I'm just happy with where I'm at. And it's something that I was never able to do, because I was at that point of going halfway to down that trail and then going back. And then just, oh man, I could have done it. Woulda, shoulda, houlda, coulda, woulda, all that. I could have did this. Why didn't I do this? As opposed to just getting to the halfway point and just continue to keep going. And I would always hit a stumbling point of just, for me, it was a stumbling point of just being satisfied with being able to be on this journey. Being satisfied with being able to do this. Being satisfied with just being alive. Being satisfied with being out here. Being satisfied with what it is that I do have. Being satisfied with where it is that I've been able to go so far. Being satisfied with who it is that I've been able to help. And stop thinking that I need to help more, but just be satisfied with what I've been able to do so far. And something in me has said, okay, let's go to that next step. Because that next step is in faith of, I don't know, because I've never been there. But I've been to everywhere that I've been so far. And it's something that I would hope more and more people would really, truly understand and believe and have faith in, knowing that when you start to understand who Jesus is, your life isn't going to get, say, easier up front. It's going to get a little more complicated, because you got to realize the things that you've been doing, the things that you've been desiring, the things that you've been wanting are things of this world that are meaningless and pointless and worthless, and just, they don't matter. They just don't matter. It matters of how to be able to keep in your mind peace, how to keep in your mind joy, how to keep fulfillment in you, how to be able to have some self-control, how to be able to have patience, how to be able to just relax and be able to have a good day with realizing that every day is a good day, because it's a day to be able to be here, to be able to do something. Just be excited about the fact that what you have is too much, and be excited about that you have too much. Look at everything that you have around you and just realize, like, man, I got too much. I have way too much. It's just something that is super phenomenal to me. And it really puts a lot in me to just think a lot about his comment that was said to me about the whole concept of people out here that are pushing you to help you, as opposed to being in the mindset of thinking that people out here pushing you to hurt you. We need to change our thinking. We need to change our thoughts. We need to change the way we view this world. That we have such a horrible way that we look at such, say, toxic people to us. That there's some people out here that give. There's some people out here that take. The people that work together really well are the people that are both givers or both takers, not on the opposite sides. But most cases, what we like to do is people that like to give really latch on to people that like to take. And the people that like to take are here to just teach you more about what it is that you should be doing. Teach you more it is about what it is that's going on with you. Teach you more about what it is that you still need to keep on working on with yourself. Because if you're constantly needing to be around someone that's taken, that means that you have a blockage. You have something inside of you that isn't fulfilled. Because you think you need to keep on giving to be able to be heard, to be seen, to be validated. As opposed to knowing that you're valid, you're seen, you're heard. From just having a good understanding of knowing who Jesus is and just being alive and being thankful and being appreciative of that. Something that is just super interesting to me, that I've had to change my entire worldview on having a good understanding of knowing that if someone is purposely trying to harm me, I don't see it as they're actually trying to hurt me in any way, as opposed to trying to help me fix myself, get out of some things that I'm hurting with and I'm struggling with my own self. That they're just putting it right there for me to be able to see, instead of me trying to hide and run away from it. They're just putting it all out there. Putting all your information out there is what they're doing. And they're just pushing you and pushing you and pushing you to the point that you just expose that problem that's going on with you. I don't know, I've been thinking about this for the past, in reality, a couple of months. That the whole concept of what a narcissist is and what a psychopath is and what a sociopath is and what all this stuff is. People out here that are trying to harm people, people out here trying to hurt people. But in reality, I just have really come to the understanding of knowing that there are people that are trying to expose your problems, your weaknesses, your issues. And that was the concept of me going halfway on that trail. Just getting halfway and then saying, nah, that's too much. I can't deal with that. I got to go back now. As opposed to going halfway and just saying, okay, tell me what's wrong with me. Let me fix that. Let me work on that. Okay, tell me where I'm failing at. Okay, let me fix that. Let me work on that. And just keep on pushing further and further into it, knowing that it's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be complicated. It's going to hurt. It's going to break you down. It's going to really get inside of you to the point that you're hurting. But you have to keep pushing through that, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to get the freedom that you're looking for. That's the only way you're going to get the peace that you're looking for. That's the only way. If you get to that point and you just, oh, this is too much, I got to quit, I got to get out, then you're not going to be able to figure out more about who you are and what you are. But I'm not going to say, put yourself in a situation where you got someone that's just damaging you. Someone that's just ruthlessly just destroying you. You got to be able to stand up to yourself and say, no, I don't like that, and be able to have a good understanding of knowing if that person wants to keep on pushing through that, then you don't need to be around that. You need to get yourself away from that. And that's more of, as well, being able to push through, of realizing that some people you need to just let go, because some people aren't for you, because they're just trying to push you too far, too hard. And then maybe what your goal and what your test is at that time is being able to let that person go. Because if you can't allow someone to just keep on taking everything from you, because then you're not going to be at a standstill. You're going to be going back and back and back to the point that you're no longer even prepared and ready to even be able to go for this, on this journey. That you're just going to quit. You're going to not even know and recognize and realize who Jesus even is anymore. They're going to push you so far away that you're nothingness. And you don't want to get to that far. And a lot of our tests are to be able to say and look at people, just say, no, I don't like that. And if you do that again, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm going to do something about that. Not that we're going to violence in any sort of way. Violence is meaningless. Violence is what they want. Violence is what they're looking for. The concept of being able to just off one cheek on the other. Let's just move on. Let's just walk away. Let's just get away. Let's just get out. Let's just move on and not even say anything about it. That's the way to really let, say, your enemy know something real powerful about you. That you don't need to get back at them. You don't need to retaliate. You just need to move on and move away and keep on doing what you're doing. But don't think that moving on, that you're not going to get in it again. You got to keep getting in it. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep going. You got to keep fighting at it. You got to keep pursuing. You can't just quit. You got to keep on keeping on, because then you're going to get to the point that you're more than halfway, that you're 3/4 of the way in. You're 20 miles deep on this 28 miles. You are no longer able to go back. You have to figure out how to be able to make it forward. You have to be able to do what it is that's required to be able to keep going. Because now, going back means you're going to be doing way more than where it is and where you started. You don't want to run into that scenario. You don't want to run into that situation. You want to just keep on pushing through it and keep on pushing through it, knowing that challenging times are going to come. Things are going to come to you that are going to keep on constantly telling you what it is that you should get away from, what it is that you should stop. And sometimes we've been doing these things our entire lives, or at least most our entire lives. It's 2-3 years old. And we don't know how to stop because we've been doing it for 40, 50, 30, 80 years. But that's where we got to fight. That fight of knowing that getting past that is going to be the joy that you're looking for. It's going to be able to be the fulfillment. It's going to be the self-control you're looking for. It's going to get you out of that anger that you want. It's going to be able to give you all the freedom that you could possibly ever dream of. A lot of times we think of freedom as living here in the United States of America, being able to go and be able to do. No, we're not free to do anything. Everything is a burden, is a hindrance, is a sacrifice out here to do what it is that we do. It's not just so simple. It's not so easy. It's not so carefree. Everything is pushing down upon you, pushing on you to be able to go and be able to do. Being free is being free in your mind. Being free of knowing that what you have is good. What you have is great. What you have is amazing. What you have is more and too much. You had too much. Because I started to walk around and look out here and just realize I got too much. Even the trash that I have that I just don't know what to do with, I got too much. And even the great things that I look at that are around, I got too much. And I'm blessed and thankful for that. I'm blessed to be able to see, I don't know, in my eyes, a miracle. When I see my chickens, a group of 7, was it 6 now? 7, 6 now. A group of 6 has been able to reproduce and be able to give me over 200. I don't know about you, but that's just fascinating to me. That Some days I'm looking around thinking I don't have enough, thinking I'm not doing enough, thinking I'm not making enough. And I come to realize that's not true. And that's the things that come to us that start to really challenge us, to start to let us realize who we are and what we're capable of and what we're able to get done. That we got some negative forces that are being pushed upon us that are making us think that we're not good enough, we're not strong enough, we're not fast enough, we're not smart enough, we're not of this, we're not of that, can't make it, you're not going to survive. If you don't this, then you're not going to that. If you don't that, then you're not going to be able to this. We got so much out here that's constantly doing that to us, as opposed to us just listen and have an understanding of knowing that when we break away from that, we have everything that we could possibly ever want. We got everything that we possibly ever could need. We got everything that we possibly ever could desire. Because what it is that's in your life and what it is that's around you is everything that you ever could want. It's what you wanted. It's what you set up. It's what you've done. What you've done and where you are is what you want. And it's what you're willing to deal with. A lot of times, people get challenged with that and don't understand that. And if you want the $1 million, then you got to do the $1 million work. You got to put the action in to be able to get it done. But if you don't, and you have what you have because that's what you're willing to put in, what you're willing to do, what you're willing to sacrifice. A lot of times people think that I want to be a YouTube star or a TikTok star, and that's going to be easy. I can get millions of views, and I can make a lot of money doing that. But you're going to come to realize it's not so easy. It's not so simple. It's not just put the camera on and just good to go. No, to be consistent, to stay at it, and to do something, and to make something happen over and over, it's very, very challenging. And it's very, very challenging for some people to really understand when they've never done it before. Very interesting how people could say certain things and you got nothing. You've done nothing. And it's so challenging, I'm going to say. But it's a challenge to allow me, I don't know about you, but allow me to realize what does truly matter on this planet. And it allows me to just keep moving forward. Because the more and more I keep going, the more and more I keep doing, it's not going to get so much easier. It's going to get more challenging. But I do know that heading into known territory and going back to where I used to go, that's something that I don't want. I want to head into that new territory that is going to be something great. And even though that it is going to get more challenging, I lean upon Jesus even more and more to allow me to be able to get through it, to be able to do something with it, to be able to make my life easier with it. There's one thing that I do have to say. Again, I'm no pastor, I'm no minister, I'm no preacher, I'm no elder, I'm no profeter, I'm no none of this. I'm a simple human being that's living on this planet, that's doing what he's doing to be able to figure out how to be able to say something and speak something to even my own self, to figure out how to be able to get through some difficult times that I've gone through. And being able to do that has pushed me to have to do what it is that I say I have to do today, to try to say something so that at least one other person is able to have the same understanding that I have. That all I've learned with having a good understanding of knowing who Jesus is and asking and praying and constantly on that mission, all I've learned is how to be able to get into a better place in my life, get into a more realistic way of understanding what truly does matter and getting away from the things that are just meaningless. It's been able to really allow me to be able to just calm down and just get away from the thoughts of wanting to harm myself all the time, every day. It's really gotten me away from just the concept of nothing is ever good enough, and realizing that, hey Johnny, your butt's in my way, man. And realizing that not everything has to be so perfect and so right and so amazing. And realizing that I'm no better than the next person, that I don't have better abilities, I don't have better insight, I'm no special being, no special God that's able to do and so much more smarter and so much more greater. That's not at all who I am or what I am. And when I started to understand that and get away from all of that, I started to just have a way better life on this life, a way better time, a way better, more relaxed experience. Started to have more patience, started to have more self-control and realizing what it is that I need to focus on and what it is that I need to let go of. And just something that I've really come to realize is just spending a little more time on what it is that I already have. Spending a little more time on what it is that's around me. Making sure that what's around me is just better and better, as opposed to just thinking that the next thing is going to be to bring the excitement to me. But no, what it is that I have right now is already capable of doing that. Because what I have right now is what it is that I want. And I'm so happy to be able to have what it is that I want. And with that, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for a very interesting life for me to be able to have. Of starting off in a way of absolute strife and realizing that I don't need to be in a lot of the strife that I was bringing to my own self, and getting myself to be further away from it, to get into a new level of strife that is being able to get me away from this world and more into the spirit of understanding and knowing who Jesus and what Jesus is all about. Being able to just really, hey Johnny, being able to just really appreciate what it is that I have. And I'm so thankful to have what I have. I'm so thankful for the people that keep on coming to me and keep on speaking to me and keep on telling me what it is that I need to work on, and what it is that I should do, and where it is that I should go, and what it is that I should pursue. I'm so thankful for everyone that gives me any sort of insight, any sort of understanding, any sort of information on what's going on. That I know I'm not for everybody, and you're not for everybody. But for the people that need to hear what it is I say and have a similar situation of what it is that I've gone through, have a very similar understanding of knowing what it's like to be, even just say, the specific color that I am, that I've had to live on this planet with so far, that when I was young, it was challenging. And today, it's still just as challenging. But with that challenge, has allowed me to be able to really do something amazing on this planet, I say. To be able to really just appreciate the differences that I've been able to go through. I've been able to really just appreciate the people that have done what they've done to me. To be able to just realize that it's me that needed some help. It's me that needed some work on. It's me that needed some guidance. No one's ever tried to just harm me. It's me trying to make sure that I can get myself into a better place. Thank you.